What is up, y'all? Alright, today we're going to be talking about a really controversial topic, and I'm sure it's something you all heard of before. So one of the most kind of like talked about things today is whether violent video games correlate with crimes. So who here has played Grand Theft Auto? I know a gentleman has played Grand Theft Auto, just considering all your violent behavior, and Jeffrey, I see you right there. All right. So, does violence correlate? Violent video games correlate with crimes today? Now, some people argue that they do, that they inspire murder or violence or any other type of like socially unacceptable behavior. While others say it has nothing to do with that, like there's no connection at all. And I'm going to talk about today that it really doesn't, and I'm going to explain why. So, games such as Grand Theft Auto 5, what is this game about? Well, you are a person, or one of three people, and in general in this game you're allowed to just roam around and do whatever you want. You are allowed to kill people, you're allowed to steal cars, you're allowed to blow things up. You know, it sounds kind of fun, right? This game, Saints Row 3, is pretty much a funny knockoff of GTA because, you know, all you do is kill people, except this time you have like funny weapons and all that. It's mindless killing, but it can be fun to some people. Red Dead Redemption. This is kind of like an old western-ish kind of rip-off of GTA where you're riding horses and you actually push people off their horses and shoot them with, you know, revolvers and stuff. And one of the most popular games today, Call of Duty. It is basically a warfare simulator. Well, not too much, maybe realistically, but it gives a little hint of what violence on the battlefield is like. So, with the people who argue that video games corrupt the minds of people who play them, they probably think of this when when they state their argument. You know, people like, no, they're crazy. These guys, they're going out with guns and in their underwear in the middle of crap knows where. So the argument: what does video games actually do? So what I want to talk about, my first point is parents. Parents tend to care for their children and what they're exposed to. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, like it's wrong to, you know, protect your children from these M-rated games, because all the games I've listed are M-rated, meaning for 17, preferred for 17 years of age and up. But no, there's nothing wrong with wanting to not have your child exposed to that. However, as they grow older, I feel that it would be better to have them exposed to this kind of material because they're going to be seeing it in the news and stuff anyway. So instead of trying to shield your child from just all the violent stuff in the real world by shielding them from video games that probably won't be even really that realistic anyway, you know, it doesn't really make sense if you think about it. Another factor is that, you know, parents tend to blame video games for the corruption of the mind for their children. I don't believe this is true, and there was actually a study by a science company called Ward, and they claimed that there was no correlation between violent video games and crime. This was in 2004 on a poll taken of about a few thousand people. They said the positive things that came out of it were a 1% increase in video game sales and a 0.03% decrease in crime rate in the US. So, games like Grand Theft Auto, you know, you have your main objective is to complete missions, and they involve killing people. You know, to you know, the normal human eye, that would be seen as bad, but the simple solution to whether or not these correlate with real crimes that shouldn't even be like put into the equation. The real question, or the real solution just to that is just if you don't like the game, just don't play it. Because welcome to the real world. Your children are going to be exposed to anything that is in a game, relatable to what's outside of the game. Because all video games are, to an extent, based off of something in real life. Even if it's something like sci-fi or something like Halo where you're shooting alien stuff, it's still based on the concept of warfare. So wherever you go, you're gonna find this kind of stuff, and blaming the art of video games that should not be even in the equation, because it's just another viewpoint of what is taken off of real life. So what I want to challenge all of you guys with is really think about, why do you play your video games? What video games do you like to play? And how does it influence your life and the people around you? Thank you.